buy some beautiful thank you cards. Write them and fill them out and tell them thank you. Thank you for hurting me. Thank you for leaving me. Thank you for not wanting me. Thank you for hating me. And then sign it and seal it from me to my haters. Send to every hater you got and tell them I thank you for lying on me. I thank you for ostracizing me because your lying on me made me better. A couple of my haters, I sent Christmas presents. They helped me make it through a period of my life that only prayer brought me through. There's some low-down folk in church that I send emails to just to let them know I'm still alive and well. Not being funny, just letting them know, sending them a memo and an update. Do you know there is somebody somewhere tonight mad at the success that God is speaking to? There is somebody somewhere tonight got an attitude over what God is doing for you. Touch your neighbor and tell them, don't be mad about what God is doing for me. Tell them, don't get upset the way God is blessing me, what God has for me. Give us these points exegeted. Let us go home. First thing he says to us, necessary roughness. He said, I need it because he stood with me. Watch verse 17. Notwithstanding, the Lord, watch this, stood with me. I'm really mad. If I got the Lord standing with me, who else do I need? Somebody in this room, you looking for Roo and Boo and Do to stand with you. But when you got God, I wish I had somebody in here tonight who knew about God. I said knew about God. You don't know about it because you're still sitting down. I'm talking about the CEO of the universe, the God, the president of all protoplasm. I'm talking about the he that was, that is, and is to come. He that was there before there was a when or when or where or how or what. God, does anybody know? They see that. Look at somebody and tell them he's standing with me. My friend Craig Oliver, pastor Steve Elizabeth Baptist Church in Atlanta, says this, quote, the authenticity of our faith is not determined in the conformability of our lives, but the crucibility of our afflictions. End quote. It helps me to realize that God doesn't applaud me when things are going well, but he gets real proud of me when I'm able to come through hellish situations and hellacious situations, when I don't break down like I used to, when I'm able to stand prostrate and realize if God be for me, who can be against my wisdom? Stand straight, you will get translated in this room and testify to somebody. God is standing with me. He stood with me. God stood with me. This little boy was going to school and he told his big brother, I don't want to go to school today. He said, why? He said, because them boys are going to beat me up. He said, what boys? He said, about 3 boys. They jump me and take my lunch money every day. He said, what time? He said, about 8:30 on the back of the playground. He said, all right, it's going to be all right. Go on to school. He said, but I don't want to go to school because they beat me up pretty bad yesterday. Took my lunch money. I ain't have nothing to eat. He said, go on to school. It's going to be all right. He said, how can you guarantee? He said, just go on. It's going to be all right. His brother ran ahead of him and hid in the bushes. And when the boys got ready to jump him about 8:35, his brother stepped out of the bushes and just stood by him. He didn't swing, he didn't stab, he didn't shoot, he just stood. And when his brother stood, the other boys said, well, we ain't gonna fight you today because you brought your brother with you. Can I tell somebody in this room, you got an elder brother who's willing Rick, not only did he stand with me, watch this, he stood in me.